We welcome you live to the Schumacher Racing League Blaze Designs Cup Series race at Mid-Ohio. I'm your host, Garrett Hess. I'm going to be the sole person in the booth for this race today. If we're lucky, we might get Andrew Schulte sometime later this race. But we have 45 laps here at Mid-Ohio. Each lap is about 1.5 minutes long, so about 90 seconds long. Practice is just about to end, about 1 minute left before we get into the 10-minute qualifying session. Currently, our top 5 in practice is Van Drummond in the 44s, Sam Brochu in the 98, James Thurston in the 96, Jordan Kuntz in the 99, and Cole Denton in the 46. Those are your top 5 in practice. Of course, those results change once qualifying rolls around, and practice isn't indicative of how the race is going to go. There can be a lot of things that can happen. Currently, the weather is a nice 85 degrees outside. Winds blowing southeast, southeasterly winds on a partly cloudy day here in Lexington, Ohio. So, this is a track that the next-gen cars normally do not run on, as the checkered flag for practice waves. We have custom setups made by Sam Brochu. We've been told that the setups are pretty loose. They're not the best. I don't know this for myself, but this is just what I've been hearing from various drivers, that they're loose, and these cars, once they lose the once you start to lose the rear end, all that air just goes away, and you have nothing that can help you grip. So, as qualifying begins, let's see who is the first to pull out of pit lane. Currently, it is Sam Brochu in the 98. He had a pretty rough race. Last weekend at Atlanta. Got in a couple wrecks. Looking to bounce back. He had some serious pace here in qualifying. Whoops, wrong one. He had some serious pace in practice, but I think the person to beat today is going to be Van Drummond, who currently is not out on track just yet. But James Thurston, he has the highest, he has the highest I rating out of anyone in this session right now. Highest sports car road I rating. So he will be a force to be reckoned with. But all the cars trying to complete their outlaps to get a flying lap. So let's see a lap from James Thurston. Going into turn 1, this long sweeping left-hander. You got to brake and turn at the same time. Don't want to brake too much, or else the car locks up on you. And another hard braking zone. This time, a very sweeping right-hand turn down a long straightaway. You can almost go full throttle through this little kink right here, but if you do, you risk losing the back end. And another pretty hefty braking zone. Slow the car down into this little switchback chicane right here. Very easy to get crossed up and lose the car. But James Thurston doing a nice job of controlling the car so far. Up over the hill, then down the hill. Kind of throws you at these corners. Apparently this setup was made off of a Road America setup, which is somewhat similar. I personally say use a Circuit of the Americas setup for kicks and giggles, but still. Drivers showing off what they can adapt to, as that this is a pretty solid lap foreman. from James Thurston. Let's see, what lap did James Thurston set? A 1:27.3. Currently, the person with the fastest lap right now is Sam Brochu with a 1:26.539. Drivers get 2 laps, I believe, to set a fastest lap, and currently it is Sam Brochu with a 1:26.5 in P number 1. Looking to improve this next lap. He's been keeping the corners very tight, which is what you want to do with these cars. It's very easy to get loose on the road course, especially with all this elevation changes. You saw a little wiggle out the back end from Sam Brochu. So I think we'll be seeing a lot of spins, definitely a lot of off-track moments, and who knows, maybe some tensions might boil over with how these cars handle. With Sam Brochu coming to complete his second lap, looks like it will be better than the first lap, a 1:26.4 for Sam Brochu. Very nice lap from him. Van Drummond, the fastest in practice, is now on the track. He is completing his first lap, or yes, I believe he's completing his first lap, I believe. Currently 1.6 seconds off his best. So this one might have to be a little bit of a throwaway warm-up lap. But as 5 minutes has passed in this qualifying session, halfway through qualifying, drivers can set 1 to 2 more laps. As I saw the lights dim a little bit, the little ambient lighting dim. So, whoa, big loose moment from Van Drummond. You know he's pushing it. He was very fast. He set the fastest time in practice by about a 1/10.5 over very other qualified road racers. Currently sitting P2 and doing his second lap right now. So if he can make this if he can match his best lap, as you can see the bright brake rotors, he'll be on pole with a very comfortable margin right now. Sorry about that. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. But we're still focusing on Van Drummond, in that I wouldn't say it's a very flattering looking bluey car. But Van Drummond poised to set a heater of a lap right here. As, wow, you won't believe it, he just barely missed off on the top spot by 1/100th of a second. 1:26.459 by Sam Brochu for the pole, and a and a 1:26.465 for Van Drummond. So 0.06 of a second separate first and second place. That's got to be heart-wrenching for Van Drummond. But 2 great laps set by him. And for comparison, Jordan Kuntz is currently P3 with a 1:26.76. So there's about a 0.3 of a difference between second and third place. As we look at it, Joseph Lewis try to try to set another lap. He's currently P11. with a 1:31.269. So he's about 5 seconds off of Sam Brochu as we approach under 2 minutes left as Joseph Lewis lazy spin. Lock it up, brother. I think that's going to be pretty typical. These next-gen cars, they're very prone to what I call lazy spinning and getting very loose, just like what just happened to Joseph Lewis. As get a hold of it. Oh, yeah. Might need to cool off your tires there, Joseph. Then the only other car on track right now is Andretti Robinson, and well, he's having a jolly old time. 1 minute left in the practice session. As yeah, he's just sitting in pit lane. You can't hate a man for that. So it looks like looks like the qualifying order is just about to be set. No more cars actually driving anymore on track besides Andretti Robinson, who just now pulled off track. So 20 seconds left in qualifying before we start this 45 lap race at Mid-Ohio. P-Basic. R1. It says, I don't know if this is the Wawa 150, but it's close enough. Mid-Ohio, in Lexington, Ohio. Only in Ohio, as the kids say. But we gear up for the race. So let's go through let's go through our starting lineup. Results. Oh, wrong one. Rose. Okay. Starting in first place on pole is Sam Brochu with Van Drummond just 6/1000ths of a second behind him on his outside. Next. Jordan Kearns in P3 with James Thurston in P4. The 46, Cole Denton starting in 5th with Kayla McKinney in 6th. Starting 7th is Joey Beck in the number 54 with Andretti Robinson in 8th on his outside. Adam A. Boyles, number 22, starting on the inside of row 5 with Henry Kaloff and rounding out your top 10. First car outside the top 10, Joseph Lewis in the number 28 with Kellen Belsha on his outside of the number 18. Michael Deitch in the 57 with Evan Allen in the 50 on his outside in row 7. Matthew Brower in the number 73 starting in row 8 with James Bomar in the 201. Nicholas Martinez Jr. in the number 48. He was one of the slowest cars in practice. I don't know if he set a qualifying lap. Starting 17th with Shane DeMantova next to him in position number 18, row 9. And the last car, in row 10, is the 88 of Connor Zola. As we wait for the cars to grid, pace car is off or is starting to roll. So let's see. Okay, sorry about that. I think that we're going to have, I think the two people to watch, as long as they don't make any mistakes so far, is Sam Brochu and Van Drummond. Considering how close these guys were in practice and qualifying, I think that we could have a very, very good race. And who knows, we might even have some cautions to mix things up. Normally, there's not cautions at road courses on iRacing, but if an admin feels like there is a sufficient danger to the race or the safety of the cars on the track, it will be at their discretion to throw a yellow flag. But that's not a guarantee. For all we know, we could have the cleanest race of all time. It's very possible with this field of very talented drivers. So, you never know. We can only hope for the best. But I think that we're going to have a real good race shaping up at Mid-Ohio. This is, like I said earlier, this is a track you normally don't expect to see the Cup cars at. This is pretty much a sports car and Indycar staple. But Alex Schumacher, the owner and namesake behind the Schumacher Racing League, said, hey, let's throw Mid-Ohio on the schedule. And people agreed. So here we are. Going under the PPG bridge. And the pace car should be coming into pit lane at any moment. The leaders go on the green flag on the initial start. So hopefully it's a pretty even.
Green.
As green flag is out. Good start by Sam Brochu. Big wiggle from Van Drummond, Jordan Kuntz to the inside into turn 1. Brochu is clear. Jordan Kuntz on the inside of Drummond as we have a car going way wide. That is Caleb McKinney going way wide in turn 1. He's going to lose a bunch of spots. But Van Drummond's going to have the advantage into turn 1. Yeah, Drummond clears Jordan Kuntz. And looks like things are going to be single file as we have an alert from a track marshal that Nicholas Martinez Jr. might have had an accident. Let's see what happened here. Oh, contact with Evan Allen. Gets spun around. But looks like he is able to keep things going. So all is well that ends well. I don't think Nicholas Martinez Jr. would be too happy, but nothing terrible. At least he didn't slam the wall. But we still got a close battle between Sam Brochu and Van Drummond, Jordan Kuntz, and James Thurston. Also in this mix, the top 4 cars, and that is Cole Denton in the 46 in position number 5 as the first lap is complete. Sam Brochu will be credited with leading the first lap, but I think Van Drummond's hot on his heels as we saw him get into the dirt a little bit. He is driving the wheels off that thing, trying to keep Sam Brochu in his sights. And that's what we love to see. We love to see some aggressive, very driven, no pun intended, very driven people here in the Schumacher Racing League. This is a pretty clean league, and I'm expecting a pretty good race. As big move on the outside. Oh, Van Drummond's off. He way overcooked it. Oh, please merge back on safely. Oh, goodness gracious. Right in front of Jordan Kuntz. That is some pretty hefty damage to the right rear of Van Drummond. Let's see if we can get a better angle on what happened. He might have just blown the corner. Okay. All right. So let's get a better view of this right here. Yeah, this Van Drummond just overdrove the corner and then ran out of real estate. Tries to merge in a timely manner, but that's right in front of Jordan Kuntz. Nothing Kuntz could do. Just an errant mistake by Van Drummond. I don't think that there's gonna be too too much words of wisdom coming from Van Drummond after this race, but who knows? He might have the greatest comeback of all time. Okay, now snap back to reality. Looking at Sam Brochu in the lead. We also have reports that Keelan Belsha and Michael Deitch might have had an accident. We'll have to look into this, and I don't know why it's doing the roll bar. Oh, yep. Michael Deitch off track. And I believe the same thing for Keelan Belsha. Both of them overshot that corner as Nicholas Martinez Jr. nearly shows off how not to pass on the outside. Oh, as Keelan Belsha spins out. He did say that he had very little practice prior to this race, and well, this shows why practice, especially at these tricky tracks like Mid-Ohio, is very important. You don't want to be spinning out every corner, and Keelan Belsha is going to be the poster child on why you should always practice. Let's go to second place, James Thurston. It looks like he inherited second place after the accident between Van Drummond and Jordan Kuntz. Yeah, Jordan Kuntz with no front end on that car. James Thurston, big slide. Takumi would be impressed with that. Good save. But that's going to forfeit. That's going to forfeit second place to Jordan Kuntz. Considering how sideways James Thurston was that corner, I'd say that's a pretty impressive save. As Sam Brochu in the lead has set the fastest lap of the race, a 1:26.755. So Sam Brochu, in no uncertain terms, he's flying right now. So we have reports that Evan Allen might have had an accident. Well, he's certainly doing some landscaping here. Looks like he got back on with no issues. And yeah. Oh, we already saw that one. Oops, my mistake. Still getting used to this ATVO business, but Sam Brochu's in very pretty right now with a almost 5-second lead over James Thurston. But these cars basically on the edge of control, even though Sam Brochu is making it look pretty easy. It is not easy to wrangle these cars around a very twisty, hilly track like Mid-Ohio. It is so easy to lose so easy to lose the rear end on these cars, and once you lose the rear end, well, you're a passenger at that point. I've played this game too much to know that just like that big wiggle from James Thurston, he's really sliding it. It's very easy to get these cars to go around both like in the center of the corner and on exit if you gas it up too much. Let's go through the field right now. Let's see. Currently 10th, Caleb McKinney battling with the 20 of Shane DeMantova. Oh, I got tricked by the custom number. By the 201 of James Bomar. This is the battle for 9th place right now between Caleb McKinney and James Bomar. Caleb McKinney getting really close, and it looks like Bomar's having some internet issues. Will McKinney look to try to do something on the outside? Had to really back off after Bomar went wide. To the inside goes McKinney, trying the crossover move. This is what makes Mid-Ohio such a great racetrack. It flows so nicely, so it allows for these moments. But the other thing is that these cars are also so wide that it can be pretty difficult to get anything done. And it currently looks like McKinney's trying his best to pressure James Bomar into a mistake instead of trying to force his way around. So some nice clean racing right here at Mid-Ohio. This is what you like to see, even if said racing's getting really close. As Bomar clips the grass a little bit, McKinney looking to the inside, gonna try to outbrake Bomar on the rumble strips, 3 wide in the keyhole. Yeah, Shane Mantova backed out of that one. That was a smart move. Even if he lost 3 positions from it. 3 wide through the keyhole with these cars that are so wide. I don't think that's going to work out too well. But side-by-side racing, rotors shining with heat. But looks like Caleb McKinney is going to get the pass done. Oops, my mistake. So Caleb McKinney is going to get the pass done. So he gains a position. He's going up into P8. So it's like his next goal is to try to catch the number 22 of Adam Boyles, who is pretty far ahead. Someone I did not expect to see in this top 5, no offense, is Cole Denton in the 46. He had a pretty rough showing at Atlanta and Richmond the last 2 races, but a 5th place right now would be very helpful for his points effort, as he needs a good result from this race, as we are still about a 5th of the way through this race so far. But I think a P5, if he can keep it, will be very beneficial for his championship efforts. And someone who we haven't really talked a whole lot about at all throughout this season is that number 60 of Andretti Robinson. Currently P6, about a second and a half behind Cole Denton. Not a whole lot to say this season for Andretti Robinson. I know that he's been in a lot of accidents in the races that he has competed in, so a nice clean race for him would be big. As we see Cole Denton go wide, so that's going to close the gap between Cole Denton and Andretti Robinson. And it's a pretty vicious cycle when these cars get loose, because that heats up the tires, and more tire heat means that the car is going to be more slick. So, you know, if you slide as they get past Kellen Belsha, who has a lot of front end damage. Anyways, if you slide, that's just going to add a whole lot of heat towards the tires, and that is no bueno. So let's see what happened to Kellen Belsha to get that damage. Looks like he was letting Jordan Kuntz by. Yeah, very easy to lose the back end on these cars, like I've said before. That's a lot of damage to the front of the 18. Like I said, practice makes perfect. And with this tough combination, you need a lot of practice. Mr. Belsha, I'd recommend that you follow through with what you said earlier and just park it. I don't think that with the way your car's, well, that's one way to do it. Kellen Belsha is now out of this race. looks like he said he had enough, and just decided to drive it straight into the wall. So that is our first DNF of the race, that number 18 of Kellen Belsha, as we have reports that Henry Caloff might have had an accident. Let's see what happened. Oh, yeah, got in the grass a little bit and then spun. Got it going, no harm to anyone. A little bit of extra heat into the tires of that number 63. But I think that Kellen Belsha will be happy to log out of the session for right now. Going back to Sam Brochu in first place. He's currently, he's currently 5.7 seconds ahead of the rest of the field, with James Thurston, after his slide, doing a pretty good job to recover in that beautiful number 96 car. But I do have to admit, Jordan Kuntz is doing a pretty good job of staying very fast without a front clip. Downforce doesn't mean a whole lot with these cars at road courses, but still, no front clip. Normally that's a death sentence for your speed, but seems like he can get along just fine. Caleb McKinney has passed Adam A. Boyles for the 7th position, to McKinney having a good climb through the field. We saw him pass 2 cars at once earlier in this exact corner. I believe this is called the keyhole, if I'm not mistaken. So he's having a good race so far. He had some sort of incident in turn 1 at the beginning of this race. I believe that's why he has some damage on the rear end, but he's been making all that position back through the field. So I think that if he can keep this pace going, he'll be set up for a very nice recovery. Started in P6 and currently in 7th, since he passed the 22. We just need to wait for it to update once he passes the line. Oh, whoops. Okay. Let's see something to focus on. Let's go back to Van Drummond. Yep, Van Drummond, P4 right now. Started P2. I think that he's trying to make up for his mistake, as we have reports that Michael Deitch might have had an accident. Let's look at that. In that Cadillac Racing Chevrolet, took the corner too wide, and once you clip the grass, you lose all grip on one side of the car. So a very tame spin. Probably not what Sam Brochu wanted to see right in front of him, but nothing done, as he's going to be the first car 1 lap down. Assuming if he will let Sam Brochu by in a very kind manner. There you go. It wasn't the cleanest way to do it, or the neatest way to do it, but it happened. So Michael Deitch is the first car 1 lap down, and he's soon going to fall into the clutches of James Thurston and company. But what I am noticing is that, that Van Drummond, currently in 4th, is catching up to the back of Jordan Kuntz. Let's see if we can get that gap between him, Thurston, and Drummond is closing. I don't know about the distance between him and Brochu, because if you went by qualifying, they were very, very equal. As we have a car spinning in front. I believe that's Michael Deitch again. that's not gonna put him on his Christmas card list right there. Van Drummond, that area of the track is not very kind to him. Let's see if we can get a replay on what happened to Michael Deitch. That led up to even more damage for Van Drummond. So let's see. Looks like Deitch just cooked the corner, locked it up, and then you're on a hill right there, so it's kind of hard to see, but didn't know Van Drummond was that close. And didn't look like a whole lot of damage to the side of Van Drummond. The sides of these cars are very resilient, but it looks like the front end to Michael Deitch is all screwed up. So a bad day already going worse for Michael Deitch, and I think the same thing can be said for Van Drummond. But currently Michael Deitch is driving around still with that front clip waving in the wind. Going to be lapped by the 60 of Andretti Robinson whenever he decides to let Robinson by. There we go. But back to the lead. It is Sam Brochu still paving the way. He's led every lap so far, as we are a third of the way through this race. Still pulling about a 5.5 second gap between Brochu and second place James Thurston. I think it will be interesting to at the end of this race. I think it'll be interesting to hear what Jordan Kuntz will have to say about that early race accident with Van Drummond, to see what his thoughts were about it as Brochu hops the curb a little bit. But it looks like he kept that car under control, so nothing too bad, as we have reports from a track marshal that Cole Denton might have been involved in an accident. So let's see what happened. Well, blew the corner, got on the grass, and yep, that's a surefire way to lose a position. Cole Denton going from P5 to P6, so that brings Andretti Robinson, as Cole Denton doing some more landscaping. As I was just about to say, as that brings Andretti Robinson from P6 into P5. So very good showing for Mr. Robinson. If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember if he did Richmond, but he was involved in a couple of wrecks at Atlanta, which took him out of the running for that race. So any sort of revenge, or repentance for anything that happened at Atlanta will probably feel very good for Mr. Robinson. Going to P2 right now, James Thurston starting to very slowly inch away from Jordan Kuntz. Ever so slightly, but is still losing time to Sam Brochu. Went from 5.5 seconds now to 5.7 seconds. See, it says James Bomar might have had an accident. Let's tap into that to see what happened. Over the hill, loses the back end. Good avoidance by Henry Kaloff in the 63. Okay, Bomar, no need to go into reverse right in front of Shane DeMantova. But no other cars collected. Just a simple spin. Like I said, these setups are loose, and even more loose, especially once you get over these elevation changes. see. Let's go through the field. Evan Allen, currently in 13th. He is the first car 1 lap down as he overshoots the corner just a little bit. Road courses aren't his strong suit, as you could probably tell, running outside the top 10 in a 16-car race. So he might need a little bit of attrition to crack into the top 10, but we're not even halfway yet, and we've already had so much drama. Anything can really happen at these road course events. As I got the dumbest message of all time. As soon we might have driver the number 18, Kellen Belsha, for an interview. Let's see if I can get him into the waiting room. Kellen Belsha! Keelan Belsha, my mistake. I apologize. Driver the number 18, wrecked about 12 times so far in a 45-lap race. What happened?
It wasn't 12. I don't think it was 12. Maybe 4.
That's about once every 3 laps. That's still not a very good record. How's the car feeling?
Oh, it's terrible. I suck here. I suck at all these road courses. I don't know why we have these road courses on the schedule. They don't prove nothing. They just, you know, they fit like 5 drivers' disciplines, and they go up there and they be class of the field, and all us mid-pack guys were just having no fun back there. So I'm really fed up with all these stupid road courses. Chicago street course was terrible. Sonoma was terrible. This one's terrible. Maybe if I had walls surrounding me this time, I could make it a few more laps and I could just ride them to the checkered flag, but I couldn't do that today. And, you know, just not the performance we wanted for Dirty South Racing, Charlie Byer Photography, Sweet Tea Crochets, Blaze Designs. Just a brutal day out there today. Hopefully, we'll get to the point where we never see one of these lefts and rights again. I wish we'd just do purely left turns. That would fit my driving discipline better. I'm still not good there, but at least I can make it to the checkered flag, and those these, you know, we just can't do nothing here on these road courses.
So that last accident, was that just rage?
Oh,
you
throttle
just
hung.
straight-lined it?
Throttle hung.
Yeah, the throttle hung.
Yeah.
Those gosh darn spec parts in these next-gen cars never hold up well.
Yep. No, made out of paper. Cars made out of paper.
Yeah.
Tracks made out of paper. We just need left turns starting now. That's the petition I'm starting. No more right turns, season 4. That's what I'm going for.
Well, Keelan Belsha, thank you for your input. We hope that you have a better race in the upcoming race. I don't know what the next race is.
Oh, it's probably another road course. Probably going to Detroit or something. That's what we love to do around here. But you know,
let's hope that the next race, Detroit or another track, is much kinder to your racing efforts. Thank you for interviewing. We'll see you next time.
Yep. Bye-bye.
That was one of the greatest interviews I've ever had in my rather short career as a broadcaster. A man full of wise words, Keelan Belsha. I think that he made a lot more insults towards road course racing than he did right turns. So sometimes that's the stat that matters. Let's go through the field to see if anything interesting has happened right now. That's the wrong person. So we have Shane DeMantova on the cusp of the top 10, trying to get past Michael Deitch, who I think is just trying to make it to the end at this point. That car is also messed up. Michael Deitch. But Shane DeMantova's had a relatively quiet race besides that 3 wide incident. Looks like he's having some internet issues as well, but it's a pretty clean number 20 Queens University Charlotte car. So I think the people at the shop will be happy that things aren't being banged up too much, as long as he keeps his current pace. We go back to Evan Allen 3. Not a whole lot to say. I didn't even mean to click on him. I meant to click on Van Drummond in the 44. But looks like James Thurston has expanded his gap on Jordan Kuntz. And Kuntz might fall back into the clutches of Van Drummond. As let me lower my audio a little bit. There we go. Oh, we got a big wiggle from Michael Deitch. Let's see what caused that. If there was any contact that might have caused that, since I know he was around a couple of lead lap cars. Okay. Let's see. Nope, looks like he just carried too much speed through turn 1. Got in the grass. Whoa, Colin McRae would be proud. Very nice save from the wall by Michael Deitch to soldier on another day in that very battered car. Also got reports that Joseph Lewis might have had an accident. Yeah, it looks like he just overcooked exiting the corner and just started sliding. A little bit of shredded tires, but nothing too much. Shane DeMantova had the same issue. Different corner. We were just talking about him. Looks like he just carried too much speed and tires just didn't have enough grip and lost their rear end. So no damage done to any car thus far. So if there's a silver lining to a little bit of a rain cloud, that's it. As Shane DeMantova was trying to get his position back from James Bomar side by side into that heavy right-hander, the crossover move from Shane DeMantova. Looks like Bomar locked it up a little bit, entering the corner on the outside. Will Shane DeMantova make it stick? Yep, he has the advantage entering the next corner. Nice recovery from Shane DeMantova to get back into the top 5. But it looks like James Bomar isn't going to give up just yet, as that wasn't a very good corner from DeMantova. Bomar right on his back end once more. This battle might not be over yet, as Shane DeMantova really slung it through that corner. I don't know if you heard it, but I heard the car slide. But looks like James Bomar into pit lane. Pit stop on lap number 21. He is the first car in the pits. I believe that there is one pit stop for fuel. So James Bomar is leading the way. Oh, whoops. Let me do that. James Bomar currently leading the pit lane effort, as he took 4 tires and some Sunoco fuel. That'll put him 1 lap down for now until the leaders come to pit, if they do. And speaking of leaders, Sam Brochu still leading by 7 seconds over James Thurston. So as long as nothing goes wrong for Sam Brochu and he keeps up this dominant performance, he can cruise to victory. A little bit of a slide on the rear tires. You see the rotors absolutely glowing through those heavy braking zones. But even through these formative laps, you're not halfway there yet, but it always helps to try to keep pushing it, to try and gap the car behind you, because you never know. You could have a slide. You could get caught up with a lap car, and any lead that you had might be evaporated as Sam Brochu pulls into pit lane We'll see James Thurston hops in. That is Jordan Kuntz. That is the 20. That is the 23 of. Not too sure who that was, but Van Drummond currently is the first car not named Sam Brochu to lead a lap, as he stays out an extra lap. I don't know if there is a bonus for leading a lap, but if there was, there you go. Sam Brochu cannot hold the title of lead every single lap anymore, as Van Drummond has taken the lead on lap number 24. And that car in front of him is now for a position. That is Joseph Lewis, who's he has some pretty bad front end damage, and looks like he's just going to let Van Drummond by. For once, Van Drummond not having trouble with other cars in this section. That's a pretty beat up back end, but very fast driver around this track. So even with a beat up car, he's still hustling. And I'm assuming that he will come into pit lane next time by, as that was a big wiggle coming out of that corner. The elevation change can really throw off the weight shifting of these cars. Let's see, we talked about him a lot earlier. Caleb McKinney. He just exited pit lane. Currently P9. Started in P6. Yep, I was right. Van Drummond now entering the pit lane. So he will surrender the lead to Sam Brochu whenever he comes by. Yep, like right now. So yeah, it looks like Sam Brochu has an even more commanding lead, as Jordan Kuntz seems to have passed James Thurston for the second spot, as it looks like the crew got the front clip of the number 99 back on the car. So maybe we'll see full speed racing from Jordan Kuntz now that he has a front end. Two very fast drivers, James Thurston and Jordan Kuntz. So this will be a battle worth watching if they can keep this up. Looks like Kuntz didn't get the exit that he wanted out of that corner. James Thurston, see if he can make a move coming into these upcoming fast corners. Very easy to get these cars sideways on cold tires. They are nose to tail, the 96 and 99. Oh, Kuntz got in the grass a little bit. That affected his braking zone. That's going to allow Thurston to get right up on his back end. I don't think that Thurston will do anything in turn one, but let's see if he can set something up for the keyhole. If he can get a very good run, wiggles out of both of those cars. They are nose to tail. All right, looks like James Thurston looking to the inside of Kuntz. Gonna see if he can outbrake. Oh, that's close. Nice, clean racing from these two drivers. Thurston up into P2, but not clear of Jordan Kuntz. Thurston's gonna have the advantage coming into these two upcoming corners. Kuntz lets off the gas, lets him by in the kink, and we'll see if Kuntz can fight back in these upcoming corners. But this is allowing Sam Brochu to pull away and Van Drummond to pull closer. Very good racing here for second place between two very talented drivers, James Thurston and Jordan Kuntz. It's like that, yeah, it looks like the battle's simmering down a little bit as James Thurston starting to pull away from Jordan Kuntz. But we might have a battle for him soon with Van Drummond here in P4. He's not too far behind Kuntz only 1.5 seconds behind. As we have, let's see, I believe that is 28, nope, not 19 laps to go left in this race. Let me see. Sorry about that. I had a notification. But yeah, Sam Brochu, light years ahead. Oops. Currently about 9 seconds, almost 9 seconds ahead of second place, which is James Thurston. So Sam Brochu can make a pretty big mistake as long as he doesn't damage his car. He can make a pretty big mistake and still retain the lead. But Van Drummond now all over the back end of Jordan Kuntz. Looks like that gap has closed just a little bit. And yeah, it looks like Thurston's going to start pulling away from Jordan Kuntz. So now Kuntz's goal is trying to defend, trying to get back second place, so defending third place from a very hard charging Van Drummond. Let's look at a driver we haven't talked about a whole lot this race. Henry Kaloff in the 63, currently P8. Basically been driving his own race. Hasn't been around a whole lot of other cars for position. But consistency is key at these road courses, and as long as you can keep the car on track and not fly off too much, you'll be set for a pretty good finish. So a clean car is a sign that you had a good race with these next gens at road courses, considering how tough they are to drive. So if he can keep this car pointed the right way, I think that he might even be in contention for a top 5. Speaking of in contention for a top 5, Andretti Robinson, like Henry Kaloff, been pretty much driving his own race. Hasn't had a whole lot happen besides watching Cole Denton spin in front of him earlier in the race. Doing a pretty good job of keeping the car on the road. That's what team owners want. A driver who can keep the car on the road and point it the right way at these road courses. So Andretti Robinson being a class act on safety when it comes to this combination. Something that some other drivers might need a little bit of help on, but that is outside of my wheelhouse. Battle for third between Jordan Kuntz and Van Drummond is still going on, but the same distance between these two drivers, about 0.2 of a second separating. But you can see how much Drummond gains in the corners. It's just that on exit he normally doesn't get very good exits, but he is all over the back. He can sniff the tailpipe of that number 99. He's keeping the 99 on his toes, and I'm trying to use all the curb in the world to keep the 44 from passing him. And this is really the only battle on the track right now that I can see. As I mean, this is a pretty important position. Third place is a pretty important position. The last podium position, and most importantly, the last interview position. As we have reports that Shane Mantova might have had an accident, so let's look into that. Yeah, it looks like he took the corner just with a little bit too much sauce. Might have a little bit of a brown note for Jordan Thurston, but Shane Mantova got the car rolling again. Nothing too bad happened as Jordan Kuntz has pulled away just a little bit from Van Drummond. Whoa, sorry about that. I accidentally right-clicked one thing, and my entire computer's having an aneurysm. Give me 1 second.
Do they hear us?
They can now.
Okay,
Okay,
cool.
we apologize for any technical difficulties. My computer decided to have a little bit of an aneurysm. But we are back here at we're back here at Mid Ohio. We have Andrew Schulte in the booth.
Hi.
Yeah, he just finished a Roblox baseball a Roblox baseball broadcast. So I'll keep you updated on. I'll basically keep you up to speed on what happened, Andrew.
Literally nothing. Oh.
Well, we had Van Drummond wreck himself across Jordan Kuntz for second place at the beginning of the race. And Sam Brochu has led every lap except for the one he was in pit lane.
Oh, that's interesting.
And
Okay, well.
and you also missed a pretty funny interview with Keelan Belsha,
I don't think I know who that is.
the 18
Anyways.
Southern guy,
Doesn't.
the dog profile
don't.
picture.
Dog like Benjamin A. White?
No.
Oh.
Okay, never mind. He's a driver.
Okay. No, well, I wouldn't know. Anyways. We're here in mid-Ohio, in the middle of Lexington, Ohio. Don't say it, Hess.
I already said it earlier. I said earlier in practice. Only in Ohio, as some people would say.
I'm gonna kill him. Anyways, Road to Pro went here last year. That's what I remember. Besides this, nothing really interesting about this track besides the fact that it hosts Indycar and NASCAR trucks and I believe the International Motorsports Car Association, aka IMSA. Lap 35, 11 to go now here. Also Hess.
What's up?
Well, do we have any interesting battles going on the track right now?
Do we have any interesting battles? No.
Okay.
The closest battle we have right now is between Van Drummond and Jordan Kuntz, which is about a 5-second gap.
That seems interesting.
Before my computer had an aneurysm, it was about a half a second gap, but Adam A. Boyles going lap car led by Jordan Kuntz down the kink. Boyle's having a pretty decent race, top 10. Granted, there's only 16 cars in this race, but top 10's a top 10. You can get what you get.
You don't throw a fit. Anyways, can you show the SKS graphics ad?
So, about that,
Oh no.
I don't got it,
How?
but
Why did
this broadcast is sponsored by SKS Graphics. If you need a car wrap done for your iRacing car, go to SKS Graphics today. They're cheap and they make good designs.
Yeah. Also overlays. Anyways,
That too.
product placement done. We have 10 laps to go now, and half the field seems to be out this race. Or no, just James Bomar, Floppa, and Belsha. So Belsha wrecked, right? Like.
Well,
just before-
Belsha said that his throttle hung and he full throttled the last corner after spinning about 12 times.
I gotta see that. Did
Uh,
you get it on broadcast or no?
Yes, I got it on broadcast. I was talking about it as it happened. And I asked him if it was about rage or something. He said that the cheap next-gen throttle hung. So I
Real.
can't really blame him for that.
What lap was it on?
I don't know.
I think I found it. No. No. Someone's asking where the overlay is. It's on your screen. I don't know how you can't see. Oh. Oh yeah, your ATVO overlay is kind of frozen.
It's frozen?
Yeah, it's frozen on the stream.
What do you mean it's frozen?
It's not moving. Also, yeah, it's not moving whatsoever.
Like it's
Like, it's stuck on 30. Just restart it. Yep. No, just restart the entire program.
okay. Restart the program. Okay.
Yeah, he's learning. Cool. Sorry, this is the first broadcast. It's good it's at a road course in SRL because there's like no cautions that happen on here.
That we know
Trying to
of.
make one. I'm trying to make a yellow happen. Come on, man.
We don't need a yellow, bro.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
It would make things like 10 times more interesting. Hey, competition caution. Guys, I see rain. There's like rain right there. Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. Yeah, that's rain. See? Rain.
Okay.
Oh, and the car just started flying in the air. Oh, yep.
All right. Is it working now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, fuck the green button at least. No, the green button. I know.
What green button? There is a green button.
Yes, there is. Good job, you found it.
It was
Anyways.
green, bro.
Yeah, but it was like it had like a yellow behind it. It was ugly and bad and stupid.
Okay, buddy. Whatever you say.
Anyways, Sam Brochu leading an absolute clinic right now.
Yeah,
I
Sam.
think at this point he should consider going to college to be a doctor.
Yeah, Sam Brochu's led every single lap so far. 36 out of the 37 completed lap. The only lap that he has not led was by Van Drummond, and that was because Sam Brochu was in pit lane. Now in qualifying, Sam Brochu was on pole, but the difference between him and Van Drummond, first and second, was 6/1000ths of a second.
Bad news.
So I was expecting
may
a
have
lot closer and a lot more parity, but might have been wrong.
Bad news. So you may have to, like, perchance, you may have to go to your ATVO and or go to your OBS and click on ATVO and reset it that way, because it's not showing on my screen. Or maybe just restart OBS in general. Who cares? Or don't restart OBS.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Okay.
It's not like moving on this
No, it's not showing at all on the broadcast.
like on YouTube.
Nope, not on YouTube. It's not showing. I can see it perfectly fine, but
God damn it! Gosh darn it! There we go.
also,
Should I just restart OBS?
I mean, nah, I'd recommend just
Well,
restart. Just, did you like redo your ATVO thingy on OBS?
okay, turn it off and on again. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, see,
There
I'm
we
right,
go.
I'm right. Yeah,
Yep.
there we go. Okay, now you should see the overlay on your screen now.
We apologize for that.
Oopsies.
Who would have known that one right click would have messed up a stream?
Oh well. Like, we have 7 laps to go anyways.
Yeah, we got. Well, actually, it is 7 laps to go. You're right. Just making sure. Here at Fireball Talks NASCAR, we are committed to the limiting of the spread of disinformation. So, making sure whether it is either 6 or 7 laps to go is of prime importance.
Yeah. Hey. Sam Brochu putting on an absolute clinic, currently first, as you can see. I don't think the overlay lies.
Yeah, but I mean he's been losing time to James Thurston. James Thurston has been slowly catching him. Sam Brochu's last lap was a 1:27.466. James Thurston's last lap was a 1:27.284. So at this rate, he won't catch him, but maybe we'll need a mistake from Sam Brochu to have a last lap thriller here at Mid Ohio. I mean, it's happened. There's been very good race at Mid Ohio, but the way Sam Brochu puts on clinics at road courses, it's unlikely. But I think the fans would like that.
Yeah, well, I think Jordan Kuntz won the last time we had an absolute clinic at a road course. Watkins Glen was not a clinic whatsoever. That race had a few yellows there. And Hess remembers that because that was his first SRL broadcast. And Oma, however, definitely was not. He was not there. So we're just kind of chilling right now. I mean, we're going to see who won Watkins Glen, if you remember.
Pretty sure it was Sam Brochu.
Yeah, it might have been. I mean,
But Van Drummond has passed Jordan Kuntz for P number 3.
yay!
I think we might have had an off-track moment for Jordan Kuntz. Let's see if we can go back to that. Got in the grass,
And yes,
yeah.
you're right. Oh, man.
Got in the grass and then slid it. good save from Jordan Kuntz.
Yeah, and Kuntz finished 6th at the last road course we ran here in SRL, or the one that I remember commentating last, and Elliott Drummond finished 2nd that race, with Sam Brochu winning. So Drummond, where has he gone? I mean, I don't think he's in 3rd right now, right? That's a different person.
Van Drummond?
Yeah, that's. So I wonder where Elliott Drummond has gone, but Van Drummond to take his place with a similar name, or similar last name here. Still doing well on road courses, so good to see him. And if you remember the championship battle last year, Jordan Kuntz did spin Elliott coming into turn 1 and 2 at Texas, so that was definitely something to watch. And we're glad you're here tonight on FTN for the Boys Designs Cup Series here at Mid-Ohio. iRacing crashed for Cole. Yeah, did the same for Hess. Don't worry. You're all good. Anyways, the game 4 between the S&G Landers and the Denver Whitecaps. If you're here from that, then welcome. But besides that, we're happy to have you here tonight. So, Hess, anything you want to say with 5 laps to go here? Before?
Well, we got 5 laps to the finish. That's really the only thing I can say because not a whole lot is happening right now. The closest battle we have currently is James Thurston and Van Drummond. That's about a 5-second gap between 2nd and 3rd. So they're in their own little islands right here, but James Thurston is really chucking the car into these corners. You gotta wonder the heat on those tires once that car starts to slide, because once you slide, it's a very negative cycle of the car getting looser and looser since the tires get hotter and hotter. As you saw the back end kick out a little bit through turn 1, which got out a lot of people this race.
Yeah, and Thurston, I mean, he's 6 seconds ahead of the guy behind. That's Van Drugman, and he can make a mistake or two. Maybe not too bad, like maybe falling off the track, going into the sand, but I'm pretty sure he can just, lock up once or twice and he'll be fine. No biggie.
I mean, yeah, he's got about 15 seconds till Jordan Kuntz. So as long as he keeps it out of the wall, he'll be fine. But we got reports from a track marshal that there might have been an accident with Evan Allen. So let's see if we can get a quick little look on that. Yep. Looks like he way overcooked that hard right-hander into the S's.
I don't think that's the part of the track you're supposed to drive on, to be honest. I think, as you can hear the car just drive on the grass. You can hear the dirt and sand under that car, and he goes off on his merry way.
I mean, no harm, no foul. He kept it out of the wall. That car still looks as clean as the day he bought it, but ideally, the racing surface is the asphalt.
Cole Denton loses a spot, so now Evan Allen, despite going all the way into the sand off the asphalt, advances himself into 10th.
Yep.
Cole Denton obviously in chat after his iRacing crashed. Do you think Shane DiMantova has a chance at 11th or no?
Does Shane DiMantova have a chance at 11th?
Because Cole Denton,
I believe that he has a chance. Yeah. I don't know what he did to go 3 laps down. Could have sworn he wasn't 3 laps down pace, but I might be wrong. I think he might have had some sort of accident.
Yeah, and Michael Deitch does go 11th. Cole Denton 12th. I apologize about that. So now Shane DiMantova probably taking a 12th for himself this time by. No, he's going to be 13th, probably coming to 12th now. So let's put our focus, let's put our sights back on the leader, Sam Brochu. Thank you, Hess. And yeah, just navigating his way through the Mid-Ohio sports car course here in Lexington, Ohio. Only in Ohio can you see the Mid-Ohio sports car course. Coming to 2 to go now.
2 to go for Sam Brochu. All this guy has to do is keep this car on the road. He could drive it in reverse and probably still retain the lead.
I don't think so. Thurston's only 5 seconds, 6 seconds back. So
I mean, you never know with how wide these cars are here, and the setup is apparently very loose, according to some of these drivers. It's based off of a Road America setup, which isn't exactly a one-to-one representation.
The Ohio Sports Car Course.
Yeah. Show if for the drivers who can keep it on the track and not run into other people or the wall, it shows off how well they can adapt to changing conditions, and this just shows off how well Sam Brochu is in the next gen. A skittish setup that, well, to be fair, he built the setup, so he might have a little bit more experience than everyone else. But a skittish setup, and he's been mostly mistake-free. I think that he's only had a couple. I think he had one off track where he slid off a little bit, but what?
Oh, what happened there? Can we get a quick replay of that?
Yeah, if we can get a replay on that, give me 1 second.
Just click the 2 arrows. Yeah, there we go. And now click the play button.
Hold on.
My bad, I'm teaching.
So yeah, looks like Sam Brochu.
Oh,
Yeah,
the flag.
but yeah, looks like Sam Brochu just got into the back of Joseph Lewis. Didn't know where he was going to go. Looks like that didn't affect him too bad. Probably put a little brown stain in his pants. But white flag for Sam Brochu. He's been absolutely dominant this entire race at Mid-Ohio. There's not a whole lot of other words I can say. I'd have to pull out a thesaurus to come up with anything else besides just a clinic that.
You can also use a dictionary.
Don't be quiet. That Sam Brochu has put on. No one has really had any competition for him ever since the accident between Jordan Kuntz and Van Drummond. But all Sam Brochu has to do is just guide this car through the rest of the track, and he'll have a win to his name this season.
And Cole Dutton can't get iRacing to low, but Hess, I'll let you do the final call since you've been here longer than me. So Hess, take it away.
All right, coming into the final corners, Sam Brochu coming through the final corner, down the front straightaway. Tail happy as can be, Sam Brochu is going to be your winner at Mid-Ohio. James Thurston in second place, Van Drummond coming across in third. That will be your podium and the people we will be interviewing today. Jordan Kuntz nursing that car across the start-finish line in P4. Andretti Robinson, I was talking about him a little bit earlier, about how he was basically driving his own race and keeping the car on the track.
Nice TRD throwback.
Yeah, the TRD throwback. A very clean car. There really hasn't been any incidents with him, at least not that I've seen. So once Andretti Robinson will cross the start-finish line, he will be the first car. He will be the last driver in the top 5. A very well-earned top 5 for Andretti Robinson. Caleb McKinney, he started 6th, had some sort of incident in turn 1 that sent him wide, and spent the rest of the race climbing back through the field. And, well, looks like he got his goal of 6th place. So he'll come across the line with the lap car, Michael Deitch, right in front of him. So Caleb McKinney in P6. As Shane Mantova is parked off track. And
well,
I was
the unofficial results, and Sam Brochu isn't doing a burnout.
Yeah, I was expecting a nice little burnout from Sam Brochu.
Cut to the TV1 cameras.
What?
Cut to the TV1 camera. He might be doing a burnout. I heard a car.
That.
So the drop down.
Give me a second.
Yeah, he's doing a burnout.
TV1. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. He's doing a burnout. And he's going to be celebrating this one. He puts an absolute clinic on from Mid-Ohio. And Hess, if you want to go through our results tonight.
All right, results. All right. Your top 10 is Sam Brochu, James Thurston, Van Drummond, Jordan Coons, Andretti Robinson, Caleb McKinney, Henry Califf rounds himself off in number 7. A very quiet race for him. Nothing really happened. Adam Boyles in 8th. Joseph Lewis, hell of a race he had, ended up in 9th place. And Evan Allen, your first car. This is probably his first top 10 like ever. But top 10 for Evan Allen, the last car in the top 10.
Now, I'll be taking it from 11th to 19th. Shane DeMantova's teammate running 11th at the finish. Michael Deitch, 12th. Cole Denton, 13th. James Bomar, 14th, the first of your DNFers. Floppa, 15th. Keelan Bellshafter absolutely full throttling it after spinning 12 times under the wall at the final corner, 16th. Joey Beck, the first of your did not qualifiers, 17th. Matthew Bauer and Connor Zola, rounding out your field, 18th and 19th respectively, as they did not qualify and did not start.
Okay.
So, we'll interview Sam Brochu here first, and Hess, I'll let you take the most important interview of the night.
Okay, give me 1 second.
I do hold him in here, enjoy.
Okay, let's see who's in here. Sam Brochu, do we got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, you put on a clinic today. P1 started P1, led every lap except one. How would you say that your race went? Because I'd say they went pretty well.
Yeah, it was good. There at the end, it was getting a little scary because I kept making mistakes. But no, it was fun. I love this place. In the Xfinity car, this is my favorite car track combo. So I had high hopes coming in. I didn't know really how the Next-Gen would drive here, and I don't like how it drives here. But no, I was really confident and really excited coming into here, and finally got myself a points win this season, and I'm very happy about that. So yeah, I'm excited. You know, I finally felt like after my little slump, I had something to prove tonight, and I feel like I definitely proved something.
Yeah, ever since that first accident between Van Drummond and Jordan Coons, did you feel like you could just slowly start pulling away from James Thurston? Since I know that in qualifying, Drummond was only 0.006 of a second off of you.
Yeah, I knew coming in here, Elliott was going to be my biggest threat.
Not Elliott anymore.
Oh, Van Drummond. Sorry. Make that mistake all the time. I know that he's my biggest threat, you know, going into every road course race because he's just that fast. And, you know, we were going down the backstretch for a couple laps, and he kept diving it in harder and harder, and I knew he was going to slip up one of those times, and he finally did. But I had no idea he took Kuntz with him until like a lap or two later. So seeing that I had a solid like 6-7 second gap over the field was really reassuring, and then I just kind of hit cruise control and chilled out, and yeah, went from there.
All right, that is Sam Brochu, driver of the number 98. Do you got any sponsors or people you want to thank before we let you free?
Oh yeah, just the guys in the Discord, Keelan Belsha, Jo, and Adam for keeping my head down and, you know, having fun while we're at it too. And just Shuey, you know, he can't be here tonight because his work situation is in a pickle right now. But just him for continuing to pour into this league even when he can't be here is, it's really cool, and it's, you know, just goes to show how much he really cares for this league. So I just got to thank all those guys.
All right, well, I'll let you be. You had a great race, a good win, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
No problem, man. Now, our second place interviewer seems to not be in the voice channels, so I mean, Van is in there, but he's probably talking to Thurston, so I'm not going to go interrupt that. And
Well, that's second and third.
You
So
wanna
let me ask him real quick.
oh, yeah. Good idea.
Okay, I'll leave the voice chat just 1 second.
Cool.
Somewhere. There was no great way to
He said yeah. I'll just have to drag him.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, they're going crazy in the HCV chat. Hi,
Okay.
Van Drummond.
Hello.
So I wasn't there half the race. I probably shouldn't do an interview, but tell me about it. What happened with you in there with Coons?
Well, simply, I was with Cole, and I don't want to make excuses because that sounds like, that I don't want to be that guy. But he was talking to me going in the braking zone, and I just got sidetracked and then went off. And then, I was trying to come back up, and the way I was coming back up, there was really no other way to come back up other than just try to slow down as much as you can. And we just met at the wrong angle. I mean, if he was a bit further back, he would have just ran into me. We would have been smooth sailing, but we caught a weird angle which spun me out, took his front bumper off. So I hate that I did it to him. Like, that sucks. Like, sorry, but I don't know what to say other than that's my bad, But I feel like I had good speed. I feel like if I didn't do that, I was like 13 seconds behind Sam. I finished 11, so behind him. So it's definitely a kind of a race that was you label as a missed opportunity, but I mean, this competition is really stiff. So I mean, who knows? I would have made a mistake later if that didn't happen. So I mean, it's just all hitting your marks. Something I've been not doing recently, so I gotta work on that. But overall, third. I really want to win though. I'm not satisfied with these thirds anymore. I want to put the bluey car in victory lane and just be happy.
Yeah, and I have a very random question. Are you the same person as Elliot Drummond? Because you kind of sound similar to him.
I am. I changed
Okay,
my
so
name.
you're Elliot. So
This,
you're Elliot.
this
Okay.
this is my actual name. Just for
Okay, my bad.
clarification.
My bad. My
I
bad.
did-
My bad.
It's okay. I get it.
But anyways, because you changed your last name too some way. Okay, that's not Elliot Drummond, but it was. So no wonder you're as good as him on road courses, and obviously.
Yeah, you can see the similarity between the last name and Elliot's just my middle name.
Yeah. Well, anyways, good racing, and you got third there at the end. Any sponsors you want to thank before we let you go tonight?
I mean, thank Jesus and the Lord. I mean, that's all I can really thank. But, we'll move on. 2-week break, I guess.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. And hopefully we see you next time after this 2-week break or a week break, I think. And we'll see you later. So have a good one and good night.
Thank you, you too.
And that was Van Drummond, or Elliot Drummond, I should say, here from the SRL booth. And we've seen him a lot of times. And
Yep. And I messed up the order, but we're gonna get James Thurston here in the booth.
cool. I'll be right back. You can interview Thurston.
Okay, I messed up the order, but we got P2 James Thurston in the number 96. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so
Okay.
seems like it was actually, in all honesty, it was just besides the whole thing with Van Drummond and Jordan Coons, it was a pretty quiet day for you. It was just trying to catch up to the leader, and was it frustrating seeing the leader just very slowly disappear in your sights?
I mean, it really wasn't disappearing there at the end. The only reason he got so far up front was because I made a pretty big mistake on like the lap, either first or second lap. I had a really huge slide, and it cost me about 4.5 seconds, and that's about where I finished behind him. Just I just made too many little mistakes to really get to his back bumper, but I was just about as quick as he was, if not faster, most of the race. But just getting by lap cars. Being clean myself. I was a lot cleaner than I normally am. I only got 3 X's this race, all from barely dipping a wheel off. So, well, other than the one on pit road entry, that one was fully off the track. But that's because I've never pit here before. But I mean, yeah, it was a pretty quiet day. That's a good thing on a road course in a league where they don't have yellows. So, I'll take it. P2, great points day. Just wish we could be one spot better.
So is there anything that you would have that besides like any small mistakes? Is there anything that you think you could have done better that might have heightened your chances of winning?
Just be a little bit closer to him, maybe. before pit stops because, you know, after pit stops, I was so much faster. But, I mean, just, nah, I mean, there's really not one big thing other than that slide, you know? And that slide is just something that happens on cold tires. It's not really even something you can anticipate that much. Just, yeah, I wish I could have found a little bit more pace.
All right. So before we let you go, is there anyone you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to thank?
Just Power Smash Infinity Speed Motorsports. You know, bringing a real fast race car this week. And we're going to be back next week. And we're going to try to win there too. Racing next week.
I don't know. I don't know what track you'll be racing at next week in SRL. But you'll probably be racing on the freeways, and I don't know how illegal that is. But yeah, no, there's no race next week. There is in
Darn
2
it.
weeks, I think.
Okay. Well, a good race all in all for James Thurston. Finishing out P2. We'll see you next time, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. That is the end of this broadcast. We got our 3 top finishers interviewed. I'm Garrett Hess with my partner, Andrew Schulte.
Yeah, you remembered my name.
And we thank you